the British National Brass Band Championship at the Crystal Palace, London in 1928. It was arranged for orchestra in 1952 and for wind band in 1960. Now, a moor is a tract of open, uncultivated upland, a heath, and there are several areas in England that are named moorside, but I couldn't find any indication that Holst had a specific place in mind. So here, by Gustav Holst, from the Moorside Suite, is the Moorside March. The River Doon is a 23-mile-long river in Ayrshire, Scotland, that flows into the Firth of Clyde. Before it does that, it passes Alloway, the birthplace of poet Robert Burns. In 1791, he wrote a poem that he called The Banks o' Doon. The poem tells an unrequited love story set along the banks of the river. It was set to a tune called The Caledonian Hunt's Delight. Now, Australian-born composer Percy Grainger first made a setting of his own for the tune in 1901 for Men's Chorus and Whistlers. Not making that up. At the time, he was at the leading edge of a revival of British folk music, collecting recordings of folk songs on Edison's wax cylinder recording device, and transcribing the works for various instruments and ensembles. He made the arrangement we're going to play for you now in early 1930s, under the title with which we're more familiar. Here's Ye Banks and Braes of Bonnie Doon. It wasn't until 1881 that Romania, after centuries of occupation by Romans, Goths, Huns, Avars, and who knows who else, was finally declared its own kingdom. That year saw the birth of the composer of our next piece, George Enescu. Not surprisingly, Romania was in a period of intense patriotic fervor. Enescu rode the wave of this patriotism with his two rhapsodies. The first is really a medley of traditional rustic dance themes, including a favorite folk tavern song called I Have a Coin and I Want a Drink. Well, it says what it is. There are also themes, though, that come from the Romany people, what I guess we call gypsy music,